Good afternoon, listeners. Welcome to the Gold Coast Sport and Leisure Centre. This beautiful, beautiful day in sunny Gold Coast. We have myself, Luke Can, and Michael Lakey in commentary. And we've got what will be a great matchup, a rematch from last year's grand final between the Townsville Flames and the Logan Thunder ladies.
Yeah, shapes as an interesting matchup, as you said. Same two teams last year. Obviously, Townsville came away with the goods on that occasion, so a few of these Logan girls who were here 12 months ago will be hungry to turn that result around, no doubt. So it'll be very interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, so we got obviously both teams come in with a pretty good record. Logan Thunder came in as both teams came in as number 2 from their pools. Yeah. They both went down. Both lost a game. Maybe a game they needed to lose during the week, but they've all found their way to the grand final. Both probably the two of the more fancy teams of the week, and ready for a great matchup.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny how often that happens in tournament play. A loss rather, can sort of wake the girls up and get them ready to go again. And the two Gold Coast teams who just played off for third, both tough teams, both full of talent, both finished top of their pools, but ultimately lost the crossovers. So credit to these teams out there today. They've earned their spot, that's for sure. Yeah,
so last year's result, Townsville had an emphatic win over Logan by about 20 points. Same court, same day last year. And who are some of the players today we'll be looking at, Michael?
That's a good question. So looking at the stats, sorry about that, just checking the stats from recent games. So you're going to have to help me out a little bit with the Townsville girls, but I know some of the Logan girls really stand out. Danny Bays averaging 30 points a game, possibly top scorer for the competition without checking the exact stats, but not many people are putting up those sort of numbers. She'll definitely be one to watch. Maya Entrop for Logan as well. She has some QBL experience from last season, so again, invaluable for her, no doubt, to be playing at that senior level and bring that back to this stage. So definitely a couple of names to watch out from the Logan side.
Townsville rolling out the noteworthy and really, I'd like to see their record in grand finals. They would make it a fair few times, but they've got what I call the big four in Shaylee Ward, Shaylee Browning, Bree Stevens, and Lauren Andrews, who have been mainstays in this group through basically under 12s, under 18s, and won numerous state championships. So obviously this being their last one, I'm sure the big four would like to finish off strong. They obviously have the experience and the talent to get the job done. So look, we'd probably go in favourites tonight, Michael, having the wood over Townsville last year and coming back with those big four players. So I mean, Townsville favourites. I think Logan will be looking for big games from, as you mentioned, Danny Bays, Lila Spring, Maya Entrop, and the Kerasoma twins, obviously bigger bodies, and they'll be looking to dominate inside. So it should be a cracker of a game. Bear with me and myself and Michael. It is our rookie attempt at this, and we'll attempt to give you as much good information as we can. Just looking through the lineups now. Townsville, Hayley Kerr, Madison Hill, Shaylee Ward, Shaylee Browning, as mentioned earlier, Jamelia Cleland, who's a big sized body, Bree Stevens, number 9, Lauren Andrews, Remy Arnold, Ainsley Minogue, coached by a very experienced coach in Claudia Brassard, WNBL Championship winner, and then Alicia Frolling is the assistant coach, and Alison Ward is the manager.
Just calling the players out onto the floor at the moment. But, as you said, Luke, spot on. It's not every day that you get a WNBL coach, let alone a WNBL championship winning coach here coaching these tournaments. So great to see Claudia here. No doubt those girls have a lot to learn from her throughout this year and this experience. You can possibly hear the Logan girls getting called out now. Said no doubt they'll all be excited, nervous. As I said, trying to settle the score and get one back on Townsville from last year. It'll be interesting to see the intent that these two teams come out and start with, what they try and get early, what sort of actions they want to go to, where they see their strengths.
Today's referees, the under 18 State Championships, Logan Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem.
It's almost go time. 3 minutes on the clock. Ready to roll. Just quickly running through our team lists for this evening. Logan Thunder will roll out. Number 4, Georgia Voyle, Maya Entrop, Tyra Lovelock, Lila Spring, Danielle Bays, Mary and Lisa Barnett Kerasoma, Alexis Pepe, Azaria Tulia, Indigo Thompson. They'll be coached by Caddy Jeffries, Braden Hazelhurst, managed by Dana Voyle. Townsville Flames, they will go with Hayley Keir, Madison Hill, Shaylee Ward, Shaylee Browning, Jameely Cleland, Bree Stevens, Lauren Andrews, Remy Arnold, Ainsley Minot. They are coached by WNBL champion Claudia Brassard, and Alicia Froling is the assistant, and Ali Ward is the manager.
Again, shaping us a really interesting contest. Like I said, Townsville all week have been able to spread the load between those 4 you've mentioned already. Quite even in terms of scoring outlet per game. Logan have been a little bit more reliant on, again, Denny Bays, Layla Spring, putting up some big numbers. So it'll be really interesting to see what Claudia's come up with to try and target those two. And again, where Logan see their advantages. They've probably got their size advantage. So whether they try and go inside early, establish that post presence. Really looking forward to see how this one starts in particular.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, the players to watch. I think there's a heap of talent on display tonight. It should be a great contest. Obviously, Towns will make their name by the dribble drive and really splitting and kicking and shooting the ball at a high clip. Logan, probably the opposite. They are a little bit more kind of big orientated, and they're looking to pound it inside and keep you guessing that way. So we should see 2 contrasting styles, and you know, I can't really put my finger on who's going to win here. I don't want to go against Logan because of my past, my future life, but I've probably got to go Townsville by 8. In my head says that'll be my with. I'm going to go Bree Stevens, the MVP of the game. That's my tip.
I like it, big call. I probably have to agree with you. I must admit, I don't know as much about the girls this year as I do the boys' side of things. But again, given Townsville's experience in these big games, again, the psychological edge of having won this game last year, I think that they're probably the favourites, no doubt. But no game in these sort of tournaments, especially at the pointy end, is easy. So no doubt Logan will be up for a big one, and I'm really looking forward to see who does come out with it all.
All right, special shout out to all those listening up north in Townsville, all those who may be in Canada listening. Mike St. Maurice, special shout out to you, mate. Paul Foster, coach from last year, shout out to you. Really excited for this one. And the crowd is slowly built up. We've probably got about 800 to 1,000 here. Heavily Logan Thunder orientated, as you would think, being in the south. But excited for a big game. So starters today will be for Logan. They will go Maya Entrop, Danny Bays, Lisa Barnett-Kerisome, Lila Spring, who's jumping it up, and Veve Pepe. Townsville will roll out Shaylee Ward, Shaylee Browning, Lauren Andrews, Bree Stevens, and they will go with Ainsley Minogue, number 15. Townsville starting the game, winning the possession. Shaylee Ward on the dribble drive. Split and kick. There's that notorious dribble drive going from Townsville.
Lots of pressure from Logan early, as you'd expect.
Ward chucks it up.
Nervous energy tends to show itself with ball pressure. Nice full court pass. Denny Bays finishes early.
Danny Bays gets the game started with a bit of a leak out there. Townsville, another missed opportunity. Possessions 0 for 2 there.
Yeah, certainly a bit of a nervous start from the Townsville girls, as you'd expect again on this big stage. It'll be interesting. Claudia won't be too worried as of yet, I'm sure, but they'll want to get a good look pretty soon, just to calm the nerves, establish their presence, go at whatever they've identified to be their options, and yeah, try and be a bit more direct with it.
Andrews kicks it on the left-hand wing, playing a 2-man game with Shaylee Ward, defended by Maya Entrop. Another turnover there for Townsville. Logan's defense has been, strangling them at the moment. They're not giving them much space.
Absolutely. No, 3 turners to start the game. Not exactly what you'd be looking for. So hopefully they can be a little bit more composed the next time down the floor. But we've got Logan bringing it up here with Maya Entrop. Looks like they're in almost a horn set, too high post. Screens away for Denny Bays. Obviously running some action for her, but an offensive foul. That's a turnover for Logan as well. So a little bit scrappy from both teams to start the game.
As you expect, obviously a big game for a lot of them. A lot of these girls obviously have been here before, but it's still a big moment for them and just starting to get into the game. Townsville looking for a good set here through Ward. Reversal. Can't go under Australia Ward screen. Can't be doing that too many times. She missed that one, but there won't be too many more if you keep going under. So they'll be looking to kind of fixing that up through the game, I'm sure.
Yeah. Any key matchups you've caught early, Luke, in this one? I can see it looks like Maya's guarding Shaylee Ward.
Maya and Ward, I think, will be a good one. Maya, obviously known for her defensive energy. Ward, known for her offensive creativity. So that's a bit of a matchup of two styles. As you see, Alexis Pepe shoot the 3 there in the corner. Rebound from Bree Stevens. But there is some good matches ups all around, to be completely honest with you. Lila Spring on Lauren Andrews is a cracker. Danny Bays on Shirley Browning here. But both very good level players. Ainsley Minogue takes it to the 2. Nice spin move there by Ainsley Minogue, and the foul.
I think the foul will be there on number 11, Alexis Pepe. Tough to see exactly the hand signals from the refs there, but I think no doubt that was on number 11. So an early one for her. Ainsley Minogue not able to make the 3-point play count, but an offensive rebound. And luckily for Logan, they don't pay the price. So Denny Bays bring the ball up. Little 2-man game there with Lila Spring. Steps back from outside the 3-point line. But that one's short, and Townsville come up with the rebound.
So we've had a bit of a dodgy start here from both teams. And as
right
I say
cue.
that, right on cue.
cue.
Big Loz Andrews, again, can shoot the ball. Interesting matchup with Lila Spring there. Lila's more comfortable in the paint. Lauren probably more comfortable outside. Maya Entrop taking it there, hard right. Nice little floater high off the glass.
Yeah, and it's interesting as well. It looks like on the other end of the floor, at least, Lauren Andrews is actually picking up Lisa Barnett-Kerisome. So for mine, I'd love to see Logan throw it into her, make Lauren guard that size a little bit, and see if they can establish a bit of an advantage on that end of the floor as well. But again, we'll see how that one plays out, no doubt.
As you see, Maya Entrop, the early attack there probably needed to kind of facilitate offense, but unlucky there. Townsville back, we're in control well and truly right now. They've got a couple good possessions. Minogue corner 3 ball is good. Ainsley Minogue with a great red hot start. Get the Flames going. That's her role, and she's done it well. Bit of physicality there. Not good defense by Townsville.
That's right, sideline trap.
Might see a timeout soon by Logan here. Yes, they've got a tall at Townsville. Townsville go out to a 12-4 lead after 4 minutes. That escalated quickly, Michael.
Absolutely. Like I said, first 3 possessions, 3 turnovers. Not panic stations, but no doubt Claudia would have been keen for things to turn around, and they have. Credit to those girls. They've got some really good looks. They've been able to get in the paint, find their shooters, made shots, and they've got the scoreboard shows the tale so far. 12-4 to Townsville. Yeah,
there's a bit of a who's who there on the in the crowd picture. Obviously, they're all a bit shy, but we saw Kieran Mitchell, former NBL player, down the front. Bossy Maslin, who's our under-20 state player. We have Indy Boyer, another Australian rep down there, not looking too happy with life, but I'm sure that they'll get going once this game heats up a little bit more.
Yeah, well, no doubt Indy's still feeling a little bit. I think they lost the bronze medal game today against Gold Coast.
Here's another pan. Let's see if we can do some star spotting. You might as well do it. People, who else we got?
See if anyone's listening, giving us a shout out. No.
So there's Tane Kirisome.
Walking down, smile for the camera.
He doesn't have his earrings in. That's a good look.
He's not afraid of the spotlight.
He's not. He loves it. He loves the camera. He looked a bit shy then, which was a bit weird. But anyway, back to the action here, guys and gals.
So Townsville in a little bit of press here. Obviously, sense they can really apply the pressure and try and turn the heat up on these Logan girls. But my intro does a pretty good job there to find Alexis Pepe out of the double team.
Maya hard right, another turnover for Logan. They'd be angry. They haven't really executed much offense in the last 4 or 5 possessions, and Townsville's experience just seems to, and patience keeps going. And Minogue again gets open. I don't know if anyone has guarded her yet. She's going to have shooting practice, and if she can hit 4 out of every 10, they're looking good.
Absolutely, particularly after the start she's shown in this game. I wouldn't be leaving her open for much longer, but a couple of scrappy possessions, but Danny Bays comes back up with it for Logan.
I would like to, like you said earlier, Michael, I would like to see Lila Spring get a touch, and right on cue, she gets a touch in the paint, kicks it straight out, corner 3 ball by Alexis Pepe, misses.
Yeah, look, it's a couple of possessions already with Logan. They've had that one on Lila, and earlier it was Lisa had the ball inside, and both have straight away thrown that pass out to a shooter on the outside. I understand that's probably been a strength of Logan's, their outside presence for the tournament, but particularly with these matchups and the size advantage, I'd really like to see them just make those Townsville girls defend the inside once or twice.
As you see Shaylee Browning attack there and draw the foul on the spin move. Alexis Pepe, that'll be her 2nd foul, I do believe.
I think you're right, and we'll see her going to the bench along with...
And that'll be Mary Barnett Korosoma and Tyra Lovelock coming on there as you see our first subs for the match. And Jamili Cleland comes in for Townsville. Shelley Browning hits 1 there. No Hungry Jacks for anybody today.
Unable to make the 2nd, but again, that's the 2nd time off a free throw that Bree Stevens has been able to come up with an offensive rebound. So credit to her, but bit of a coach killer for Logan, no doubt. Caddy won't be too happy giving up offensive rebounds off free throws.
Yeah, for those who aren't aware of Bree Stevens, rebounding is her forte, and she will gobble them up. We're taking, she just looking quickly at the stats for her. She has the 3 rebounds to start the game.
Yeah, well, she's rewarded herself up to the line, obviously, and again, sometimes you just got to want it. So, nice couple there. Again, full court pressure here from Townsville.
Lead out to 15-4 here. Danny Bays, early 3-point shot again from Logan. Early 8 seconds in the shot. So, Townsville again, just controlling the tempo, moving the ball, looking like the team that's been here before.
Yep, correct.
Bree Stevens using her skill in the paint. Travel there by Jamili Cleland. Not bad pressure there by Logan. Lila Spring in the paint there. Logan will be looking to execute some offense here. There's a bit of a mismatch there. I can see from Lila Spring. We'll see if they identify it.
Well, straight to her. And the high-low, big-to-big look for Logan, unfortunately, doesn't come off. But Probably one of their more structured and more definitive offensive sets in a little while. Obviously didn't come off, but it looked like they had a bit of a clearer idea of what they were trying to get out of that one. So hopefully they can go back inside of that post presence again on the next one.
Ward brings it up. They'll play out of the horn set, out of the elbow hit. Logan show a zone here.
Skip past the corner. Unlucky in and out on that occasion, but rebound there by Mary Barnett Karasoma. Kick out to my intro, brings that up. Early on ball. Unable to finish in traffic, unfortunately.
We've almost been taken out by Sammy Schmidt there, who we've got 2 points to Logan. Our broadcast booth has almost collapsed, being kicked by a young fella. But we're all good. We're all good. Logan get the score there. Townsville executing offense as they've done throughout this game quite well. Another turnover.
Yeah, active hands by Lila Spring there. So, again, Logan starting to just get into this game a little bit. Nice little runner there by Myra Entrop.
Myra Entrop with the floater. Townsville look to push the return. Play out of that delay offense there, two-man game.
Little 3-2 zone like you picked up on before. Just something different for Logan. You know, I like it. You can't sort of sit on your hands for too long. You've got to be able to keep the other team guessing, make them uncomfortable, make them adjust, and so far it's worked for Logan.
What it's allowed them to do is to get out and run a little bit, and you know, Townsville haven't been able to set their defense as much, and they've been able to kind of gain that advantage. But they've got to make sure they make quick decisions and make sure they're making the most of that time that they get.
See how Townsville adjusts now. Lindsay Minogue skip past the corner, which is where you can look to hurt those 3-2 zones and those corners, especially if you've got people who can stretch the floor. But really nice inside pass there. Shaylee Ward finds Jamelia Cleland under the basket.
It's 17-8 to the Flames here with 2 minutes to play in the first. Danny Bayes using that side pick and roll. Pull up jump shot, the mid-range is good. Ward return serve, she pushes the pace. Good to see. Townsville very, very disciplined with their execution. And as I say that, there's a turnover.
Refs let a little bit go there, but nothing wrong with letting them play a little bit physical. But no, obviously Danny Bayes had a shot there in that last possession for Logan, and that'll be big for them, for her to get going.
Yeah, I'd like to see Myra Entrop identify that as well. You know, I think once you identify the advantage might not be there, it's, you know, you've gone to the well 3 or 4 times in a row, and you've had some success, but you got to get your players going as point guard, and Danny Bayes is averaging 30. I'm not sure they're going to win it without her, so I'd be inclined to try and get her open again off the side pick and roll, or even that double stagger off the horns they tried before. But Townsville, as they do, come back and they make you pay.
Absolutely, no, spot on, like you said. She's definitely been the focal point all week for them, so you know. Big game, gold medal, nothing should change there, and hopefully they can get back to that a little more in the second quarter. But 8.5 minutes gone in this one, and interestingly enough, Logan have the 5 team fouls, so to 0. So it'll be interesting to see how that sort of plays out through the game, and whether that affects Logan if they get in foul trouble. So far, I think it's only Alexis Pepe, which has multiple fouls from memory, but they go inside. Danny Bayes, big play, finishing through traffic. A little bit of physicality, draws the foul, able to finish there, so off to the line for an M1.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, Danny Bayes averaging a massive 30 points per game this week, and she's led her team in scoring throughout the week, and very much a focal point of what they try and do and generate their offenses. So they'll be glad that she's got going here. She has 7 early points, which is a good sign for them.
Absolutely, 7 out of 13. Yeah, they obviously need her.
And another forced turnover.
So, yeah, that 3-2 zone's really worked for Logan. Looks like Townsville just been a little bit timid against it. Haven't really known. They had that one really good look where they found Jamie Cleland under the basket again. The nice pass from Carly Ward. But, yeah, other than that, they've thrown a lot of turnovers. Just been a little bit unsure.
Under the screen on Danny Bayes. Danny Bayes shoots a 3, misses. Yeah. They get that long rebound, though, so that's one thing shots will do. Lila Spring with the strong take to the basket. She misses that one. Bree Stevens on the push. Ward controlling tempo perfectly. Townsville maintaining this 3-2 zone. using their size to take up space, hoping that Townsville will shoot that outside shot, which they do.
Right on cue, exactly what they settle for. So again, credit to Logan.
Early, great kick from Danny Bays. Unlucky there by Tyra Lovelock. Again, if that's the early hit you want, I mean, there's a early paint touch to a kick out. You know, they're the ones you want. They're the ones you expect when you're a pace kind of team.
Final possession of the quarter here.
Shaylee Ward.
Downtown. Big finish for Townsville there.
Shaylee Ward. They will continue to get hammered if they fall into screens or go under screens on Shaylee Ward. I repeat, you cannot go under a Shaylee Ward screen. That's a big hit there by Shaylee. That gives them a 22-13 lead. Townsville in control of much of that game there. They've probably had a few more turnovers than they would have liked, but were able to stem the flow. They've got 7 turnovers, really dominating on the boards, and able to push that pace. So leading scorers so far for Logan, we have 7 points for Danny Bays. Maya Entrop has 4. Townsville Flames, Shaylee Ward finishes strong there. She hits that 3, gets her to 7. And then Ainsley Minogue had that hot start, and she has 5. And then a well-balanced contribution from the rest of the players there. What are your thoughts, Michael? What do you think, first quarter?
Again, an interesting one. Obviously, like we said a few times, Townsville came out a little bit scrappy the first few possessions, but certainly took control of that game. And, you know, aside from Logan sitting back in that 3-2 zone, which just gave them a few problems, they really looked in control throughout that one. And again, Shaylee Ward hitting that big 3 right at the end there helped steady the ship for them, and they're definitely in control. So interesting to see if Logan adjust again or if they're happy to stay in that 3-2 to start the second quarter. You touched on it already. Townsville had the 7 turnovers, but so did Logan. So a scrappy start for both teams. But again, that's always to be expected in games like this. And now that both teams are in the swing of it, the nerves should be a little bit calmer. And like I said, hopefully these girls can really get after it.
Yeah, glaring differences there at the moment. It's just that 3-point shot. Logan yet to hit from 5 attempts. Townsville have gone 3 for 9, so that 3 gives them a bit of a buffer, and they've got to the foul line obviously through drawing those fouls. So the 3-point game and capitalising on their foul shots has given that buffer early. Everything else is much the same in terms of shot attempts, pace, and things like that. So just for those at home, we're having some troubles with the live stats, but we will get some displays up on telecast. We'll try and keep you informed until the boys can fix that up here for you guys. So we'll get the leading scorers up soon.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the 3-point stat line. So
Danny Bays, 3-point shot.
Right on cue. Right on cue. But they were 0 for 5 before that, Logan from downtown. 3 for 9. 3 for 9 for Townsville, so they were obviously winning from outside the arc, but hopefully that can get Logan going. And again, it's really good sign for them that Danny Bays is hitting shots.
Got a sub on here. Remy Arnold gets her first court time tonight. Jamelia Cleland takes a break. Coach Claudia Broussard sitting Shaylee Ward and Bree Stevens here to start the second, perhaps just trying to give them a little bit of an extra break. It's not a bad ploy, actually.
Maya Entrop unable to hit from outside the 3-point line. Interesting, Logan running that double high post action, so obviously trying to create space behind.
Browning for 3.
That's a big shot.
You're going to have to get hands up. There's some shooters out there today. 25-16, Townsville Flames lead. Deep steal there by Mary Barnett-Karasomo, 2 points.
Nice. Good pass too by Lila. She sort of found her way through. I wasn't sure that one was getting there, but she was able to make it stick. And again, credit to Mary.
I'd like to see them play through Lila Spring a fair bit. She's shown the capability of passing out of the post. Just get her some touches. Great take by Browning there. Shaylee Browning on the dribble drive attack, and then she does what she does best. She gets to the rack.
Correct,
and counts it.
Looks like Townsville have sort of identified where they want to attack that 3-2 zone. They've been able to get to the corner, get their wings and their guards attacking Logan's bigs in that back line, and on that occasion was successful for them. So Logan persists in the 3-2. We'll see if they can adjust.
And Towns will bring it up here after a turnover. Lauren Andrews for the big three. That is an air ball, Loza.
She'd like to have that one again,
Yeah,
no
she
doubt.
would,
But she shot it confidently, so interesting to see what happens next time she catches outside that three-point line. It's 27-18, so Logan have just sort of steadied the ship, but again, they'll want to get on a little run soon just to bridge that gap, not let it get out any further than this, that's for sure.
Logan looking to run a set. They go to that high, that 1-4 high action into the double stagger. It's under the screen. Danny Bays reads it. Floater game, strong, misses the two. And that's out of bounds. Townsville ball.
Yeah, again, clear to see there that Logan have really identified that they want to go out to Danny Bays, which is great because obviously that's going to be key for them. So good to see. Obviously unable to make it stick on that occasion, but definitely I think that's the right option for them at the moment to be trying to get the ball in her hands.
Townsville still in that 3-2 as we saw Michael, and Lila Spring active at the back line. Oh,
she's made a couple of plays like that this game already, Lila. So really active hands. She's been able to get some deflections, and the team comes up with the ball. But, on that occasion, not able to punish Townsville.
Logan.
Jump ball, Townsville ball. Timeout, I think, by Townsville. I missed that, but I think it was Claudia who called that one. So she obviously wants to talk it over.
Perhaps seeing something she doesn't like, maybe really trying to sort that 3-2 zone out and trying to really bust the guts of it, because at the moment they've probably settled a few times that they shouldn't have after having some success with the dribble drive through Brownie. So you'd think that maybe she's just trying to rally the troops, senses that this could get them to 15 to 20 possibly through the 3-2 zone, and it'll be interesting to see what Coach O'Brien does here. Cuddy Jeffries does here, and whether she tries to mix it up and go back to the man or stay in it. So we'll see how that looks. So.
Yeah, always an interesting question. Do you sort of throw the double bluff in, or do you just stick with what works? So it's all part of the fun of coaching, and like you said, we'll see what Caddy comes up with. Again, it's actually a really experienced coaching staff across both these teams. You know, Caddy's been here last year, like we said a couple of times. Obviously, Braden Hasselhurst, her assistant, and coaches the QBL, now NBL 1. Women's team at Logan, so has a few of these girls in his program. And, of course, Claudia, on the other hand, we've spoken about already, and Alicia Foley, and have plenty of experience at a high level as a player. So it'll be interesting to see what schemes they can come up with, and should be a really well-coached game.
Probably no surprise to see these two teams with those coaching staffs in this game. Both experienced coaching staff, as mentioned. Townsville again, 2-3 zone. Got a slight mix-up from Logan.
A little bit of a change.
Good jump up. Shaylee Browning for three. And that's long. Danny Bays getting the rebound and pushing here, seeing what they can come up with.
Yeah, a win for Caddy on that occasion. Again, maybe identified that those corners that started to hurt them.
Charge foul there by Mary Barnett Karasoma. Cannot go through somebody. It is not allowed in game of basketball.
Correct.
And she will be subbed out there for her sister Lisa. They'll come in.
Townsville went back to that corner. You know, obviously identified that was successful. Logan had adjusted to that 2-3 zone, and there was contested shots. So, yeah, you can clear intention there from both teams to see what they were trying to achieve, but Logan adjusted well.
We've got a bit of defense chant here from Big Ben Lealeafy. Logan Thunder, from Logan Thunder QBL fame. Well-known man around Queensland basketball circles.
Here. And
he's here, and we have a bit of a tussle there underneath, and we're going to be called a foul on Tyra Lovelock. Tyra Lovelock, the littlest person on the court, has been called for a holding. Yeah, holding foul.
You know, you're spot on there about the Logan crowd too, Luke, and they've obviously been lucky enough to just settle in nice and early for the boys' bronze medal game. Logan took that one out against Gold Coast, so they'll be in good spirits and up and about, and plenty of voice for this one, no doubt.
Minogue, they're liking the corner three ball. They're getting those, but they got to kind of weigh that up versus the dribble drive game against that zone, I think. Nice strong take by Lisa Barnett Karasoma. Unable
to make that one count, but again, you can see Logan have identified they're starting to be a bit more deliberate about what they want, trying to get into that post, and I like that. It's going to no doubt free up the likes of Jenny Bays and even Myron Trop as well, if they can establish that inside presence. So.
Yeah. Lisa shoots the first of her two, unlucky on the first. What's your early thoughts on the facility, mate? It scrubs up pretty well, doesn't it, for those who haven't been here?
Unbelievable. It'd be nice to have a few more of these around the state, but we'll take whatever we can get. And yeah, presents very well. plenty of courts, which helps. Anytime you can have tournaments like this all in one venue is great for the fans, for the players alike.
Shelley Browning again. Sorry, Michael. Just Shelley Browning shoots that corner 3 ball again.
Yeah, you're right. She settled for that a few times. Had some early success, but not of late. But yeah, just saying, like I said, venues like this are great, and great to see all divisions here in one place. They can get around and watch the games and get to know the players.
Yeah, as you see Tyra Lovelock take it there. Yeah, just on the facility. It is really cool. It's one of the there's not many championships where you can have 14 courts, access to 14 courts, and having 4 divisions of boys and 3 divisions of girls going on at any one time. So quite the atmosphere down here on the Gold Coast in January. Obviously it's been a little bit wet this week, but I've seen some of the places that some of these teams are staying, and I would not be worried about the weather because they are in big mansions.
Yep, certainly worse ways to spend a week. Some of them are living a life of luxury, but you're right, the weather certainly didn't miss them. When was it? Friday night, sorry. And M1 was flooded, caused some problems yesterday, but credit to the BQ team. They adjusted some games around and got the job done. I have to give the boys a bit of a shout out there, the comps boys. Logan's still in this 2-3 zone. If we turn our attention back to the game, Ainsley Minogue from outside again. Logan have done a good job though. They're still contesting shots out of that zone, so they're not just sitting back trying to take plays off. They're still nice and active, getting out to shooters. And so far it's working for them.
Meyer Entrop with the shake and bake and takes it hard. Going right. Claudia Brassard won't be happy with their offensive intent at the moment. They're settling a few times. The lead is cut to 4. Shaylee Ward looks for stop and pop. Logan out and got the rebound. A bit of a nothing foul, nothing call there on Shaylee Browning.
Yeah, Logan have really worked their way back into this again. The 3-2 zone. Good change up there by Caddy at the quarter-time break into that 2-3 just to keep, after the timeout. They were in the 3-2 at the start of this quarter, but after a timeout, just to keep Townsville on their toes. And Logan have had dividends going the other way in the fast break. Indigo Thompson into the game now for Logan as we see Danny Bays drive in, wear some contact, and she'll go to the line for 2 more. Chance to make it a 2-point game.
Yeah, Danny would fancy herself from the foul line. All scorers who score high volumes are generally good 3-throw shooters, so she'll be banking on herself making both of these. Commentator's curse. There you go.
There it is. Yeah, missing the first. But and also for Townsville, the last thing you want to do is give her freebies up the line, chance to see the ball go through the hoop and get those points ticking up. She'll be feeling more and more confident.
That's 11 points for Danny Bays to pace Logan Thunder. 2-3 zone. Bree Stevens flashes. Dribble drive attack. Ainsley Minogue hard off the glass, misses that. Bev Pepe push.
And what I really like about this zone from Logan, as we see Maya in 2 minds and comes up with a turnover, the trouble. But the back line of Logan's zone, they're really getting up. They're not just sitting back on their heels. Townsville playing a pretty high line, and they're not just sitting back and allowing them to create space. So, again, well coached so far by Logan out of this zones. And interesting to see what Claudia comes up with again for Townsville. Need to make some adjustments.
Quite a scrappy game so far. So Logan have 10 turnovers, Townsville 9. So at the moment, again, it's taken both these teams a little bit longer to get the rhythm going. But yeah, Townsville in the second quarter probably settled a little bit too much against that 2-3 zone, and Logan have got a couple shots to go through Danny Bays and kind of change the kind of momentum. But Claudia Brassard uses her last time out there with 5 minutes to go. We think we don't have access to the timeouts on the thing. We think that first one was hers. As you see right now, Braden Hazelhurst drawing up a play. Looks like a bit of scribble to me, but I'm sure it's good.
Looks like Logan will be going back to the double high post again as the camera pan past there. So basically they've been playing out of that set already, so no doubt we'll see that one again.
Let's hear it for your team. Put your hands together for your girls.
How good's the visuals by the boys today, hey?
Doing
look
a good job.
Yeah, look, this is one of the first times that BQ has teamed up with the crew to put this on for you guys. So a really good outcome. Hopefully it can build into something a little bit bigger. But everything's a great level except for the commentary, but we are trying our best.
Yeah, can't argue with you there. But Logan back into a man out of that one, so that'll be interesting as well. Be good to see now if that was just a one-off. Caddy wanted to throw at them and they go back to the zone, or whether they stay in the man.
Doing a good job junking it up though, just out of timeouts especially. That's a general rule of thumb. Obviously you think of Coach, great pass there by Alexis Pepe. 2 points there. Lisa Barnett Karasomo puts it home. Back into that 2-3.
Yeah, there you go. So obviously just wanted to give him one different look, keep him guessing.
Lauren Andrews, good patience there, floater game strong.
Interesting to see on that last offensive possession for Logan too. They've now thrown Danny Bays into that high post. So
Myra Entrop early 3, not good. Probably, like I said earlier, Maya probably just needs to kind of cool her jets a little bit and see what we can get going. We've moved the ball well in terms of Logan, and they need to make sure they kind of stick with what's working.
More 2-3 zone here by Logan. Shaylee Ward just dribbling around, looking for an opportunity.
Lauren Andrews for 3. Lauren Andrews doing what she does best.
Yeah, a little bit better than her last attempt, but credit to her. You know, obviously a lot of players after an air ball might put the gun in the holster, but she would have to shoot that one again, and it pays off.
Straight back at you, 3-point shot. Looking at a 3-point fest right now.
You gotta love that. That little bit of anything you can do, I can do better. None of these girls taking a backward step. They're ready to go at each other for 4 quarters, no doubt. And they'll need to, because I don't think any of these teams are going to give it up.
Turnover there by Myra Entrop, an early leak out by Danny Bays. Miss layup.
Danny not able to make it work on that left-hand finish, unfortunately. But
Ward will look to explore here, see what she can get. Logan set the D up. Shaylee Ward 3 ball is good.
Shooters roll.
Shooters roll. That's what she does. Shaylee Ward makes that 10 points now. She's joined the party. Just unassuming. Just gets the job done. There's a corner 3 there. She gives it up with a travel by Indy Thompson there.
Yeah, this game's really come to life. It's good to see. As I said, you can see
another timeout here. Logan Thunder this time. Possibly not happy with their disruption on the 3-point shooters, but again, if someone's hot, they're hot.
That's right, and again, now that Townsville have hit 2 in a row,
crowd watch.
Caddy starts to second guess herself and maybe get out of that zone. Been effective, but like anything, you know, great teams will figure things out.
There's the Brownings. We've got a wave from Dad there. Hey, mate, how we doing? Always good to see. Always a lot of families out here at these championships. Obviously, a lot of kids on the back courts right now playing, shooting arounds. Obviously, a lot of siblings. Some very big families. It's good to see, you know, many kids looking to who'll be in this championship in years to come that are here experiencing it with their older siblings. So really cool thing. Anytime you can get something like this going.
You made the point as well yesterday that a lot of kids here have been in this championship before. Players who were here last year have come back to watch, and obviously still keen to see their teams do well. Players they might have played with last year and as bottom ages, and yeah, it's really good to see the community get around at events like this. And, yeah, big turnout today, which may even get even bigger as the boys' game and a few more people roll in to watch that one unfold between Spartans and, of course,
Townsville here. Minogue brings it up. She'll look to execute the play here. Logan looking at a man, another change up out of the timeouts. Really good job. They're in their pack. Myra Entrop goes under the Shaylee Ward screen.
Yeah, interesting. Sort of got caught on that one. Managed to get under, and Shaylee didn't make her pay, but good D from Logan so far.
Bree Stevens, the one dribble jump shot, doesn't get it to go. Mary Barnett Karasoma with the rebound out to Myra Entrop down the right-hand seam. Little hesitation dribble. Another missed layup by Maya. Maya, I'd like to see a little bit more control in her game tonight. She's aggressive, and you've got to love that. But at the same time, when you're looking for a score, you probably need to identify who and when you need to get the ball in. Ainsley Minogue, another take.
Absolutely. Some early shots in the offense for Maya, but no doubt she'll learn from that. Like I said, she's had some experience this year at a pretty high level, so hopefully she'll be able to make the adjustments.
Offensive rebound, Mary Barnett
Too big on
Kurasoma.
that occasion. And I do like as well, Logan have gone back to the combination with Lila Spring back in the game and playing along. In this case, obviously, it's Lisa, but Lila playing along Lisa and Mary, I think, is a really good look for them and gives them a
Shelley
clear
Ward
advantage.
looks for three, misses that. Myra Entrop looks for the push. Danny Bays, the 3-on-1 here. Indy Thompson misses the gimme. Townsville will look to push back through Shaylee Ward and Lauren Andrews. Good job there by Lila Spring to control the ball. Love seeing bigger players, post players slide with the guards. It's always a good sign.
Absolutely. Probably don't see it as often enough. And as we just see a missed three there by Townsville.
Another push here by Logan. Those missed threes are really leading to early pushes from Logan here. Logan unable to make them pay. Hopefully we get a bit of control here through Shaylee Ward.
Yeah, as this one ticks into the final seconds of the second quarter, 20 to go. 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So interesting to see if Townsville can. And as I say that, they turn it over. So probably want to see a little bit more control there, take their time, really get deep into the clock on that possession. But unfortunately, they turn it over and give Logan the last look at this one.
Yeah, one possession in this. Claudia getting two of her big four out there. Perhaps for that extra break, Logan will get one shot to finish it. We've got 10 seconds to go in the half. Through Myra Entrop, two-man game with Lila Spring. Three-point shot by Mary, and she'll miss that. And that'll see half-time. 35, Townsville Flames, 31, Logan Thunder.
Yeah, just to touch on that late substitution there by Claudia, just having a quick look at the stats. So both those girls on 2 fouls. So Shaylee Browning and Lauren Andrews. So quite savvy to get them out for that last possession. Not worth picking up a cheap third. So they'll go into half-time. Comfortable, but again, certainly going into that second quarter, it looked like Townsville had a little bit more control, and Logan have done a great job to come back at them, make them uncomfortable, junk up the defense, and really had some success out of that. So, yeah.
As you see,
poised. Good to see how this one plays out.
As you see here, just looking through some highlights of the first half. Obviously, the game kind of went a little bit to and fro. Townsville with the big lead early, got out by 10 through just sheer execution of offense and knowing what they were trying to achieve. Logan came back strong through some early offense, some early attack through Entrop, and then some good execution through Danny Bays. So it's definitely probably been a tale of 2 quarters here. There's been a heavily dominated quarter by Townsville, and then Townsville, I would say Logan had the edge in that second quarter. And then now we're looking at, what is poised to be a great second half. So just quickly looking through the leading scorers. Townsville led by Shaylee Ward, who has 10 points. She's chipped in 3 rebounds and a couple assists to go with that. 8 points from Shaylee Browning and Lauren Andrews. Bree Stevens, who's 7 rebounds, 3 assists, so she's doing her usual all-purpose game. Logan Thunder are paced by Danny Bays, who has 14 points, 5 rebounds. We have Myra Entrop has pitched in with 6, Lisa Barnett 5, and then Tyra Lovelock and Mara Barnett Kurasoma has had a couple. So in terms of what we're looking for, game of 2 quarters, and I'm sure will be a great second half.
Absolutely, no, you're spot on, and I wouldn't mind seeing Townsville junk up in the defensive end a little bit more. We saw Logan obviously has some success there. Logan have probably gone a little bit deeper so far into their bench as well, so be interested to see how that plays out. Some of the big names for Townsville have really had to work hard through that first half, and again, coming down to the wire, that could play a big part. But just looking at some stats here, you can see both teams have managed to force the other team to shoot from outside, but on some occasions both teams have been quite happy just to pull up and get those shots up early from beyond the arc as well. So I think Logan are 2 of 12 from downtown, so not shooting a great clip. On the other hand, 6 of 19 for Townsville from 3-point land, so having a little bit more success from out there. So again, be interesting to see what Caddy's thoughts are on that, whether she's happy for her girls to keep getting those shots up, or again, whether she tries to establish that presence inside early.
Yeah, so as you see the stats there, as Lakey just mentioned, possession game is fairly equal. Field goal percentage is pretty much spot on, 38% from Logan, 36% from Townsville. So three throws exactly the same. Really, the edge right now is in that three-point shooting from Townsville is the difference. Is 19 threes too many, Michael, for a half for them at 31%, or do you think that's a good thing?
It's tough to say. It's obviously they've got some players who can really make that shot. I don't think the number itself is a worry for me. Some of them have been probably questionable, contested shots over a hand, and to me, I'd be more talking to them about, hey, let's take good shots. Again, they've got the talent to be able to make those shots. I'd just be talking to them about making sure that we're taking the right shots. So getting in the paint early, finding our shooters outside, and then if we get that, I'm happy for them to keep shooting. But definitely trying to get a little bit more of an inside presence going early for Townsville.
All right, we were a minute away from the restart after the halftime break. Just a quick shout out to our sponsors, Hoop to Hoop, Gear for Basketball, Moulton, who have come on board this year. We also, Gold Coast City Council couldn't be done. Tournament like this couldn't be run without the help of the local councils, and obviously the Queensland government are a big part of what we do here at Basketball Queensland. So special shout out to all those supporters of Basketball Queensland and allowing these young kids being able to showcase their talents on the state level.
As the halftime clock winds down, 10 seconds, these girls will be ready to go again. The refs are calling them in. Again, be really interesting to see how they come out. What adjustments they've made at halftime, and where they feel their strengths might lie going into their second half.
The under-18 women's gold medal match. Who will be your Queensland Basketball State Champions?
Quick look at the foul trouble. Obviously, Logan had the 5-1 foul count against them in that first quarter, but again, no players on more than two. Alexis Pepe hasn't managed to pick up a third, which has been great for her, so no real foul trouble for either team going into this second half.
Logan Thunder making a change here to start the second half with Tyra Lovelock starting at point guard, sliding Maya Entrop to the 2. Alexis Pepe, though, will sit on her on the bench and maybe trying to not let her get her third foul.
Yeah, you're right. Interesting one. But
Lila Spring hits the 2. Great hook pass there by Danny Bays.
The other point there with Tyra Lovelock coming into that starting lineup maybe takes a little bit of pressure off Maya Entrop to bring the ball up every time, as we said. She's obviously had some early shots, early offense, which hasn't quite worked for them, so that might be something that Caddy's identified to try and change up.
Bree Stevens on the dribble attack there. Lila Spring being active as she has been all game. It probably hasn't shown up in the stats, but Lila Spring, her activity on the defensive end has been critical for Logan, and she's really anchored that defense really well. So really setting a tone for them defensively. At the moment, I feel like Logan would fancy themselves. I think defensively, they probably look the more complete team defensively. Offensively, they're probably a little bit erratic for their liking, but if they can get some cohesion offensively, you would back them in as Bree Stevens goes for the take. Myra Entrop with the rebound.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the one thing that this Logan team's shown this tournament, but certainly even last year as well, is there's not a lot of quit in these girls. They'll keep working, they'll keep fighting. Like I said, Jenny Bays, when she gets going, she can really fill it up. So, yeah, you're spot on.
Tyra Lovelock with the take, and that's 2. Oh, bit of a master stroke here by Coach Caddy.
Absolutely. It's all paying off. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Lovelock on the Ward matchup, as you see her go over the screen there. Obviously, she's been sent out there to dog her. Oh, spin move by Shaylee Browning. Doesn't go, and she gives away the easy foul. Again, that's another nothing call. Shelley Browning, that's 2 nothing fouls, unfortunately.
And that'll be her third. So interesting to see what Claudia does here. Does she ride her on 3, let her play that out, or get her on the bench? She's letting her go for the short term.
That's her second nothing foul. So disappointing there by Shelley, as she knows the importance of herself to this group. So she'll be kicking herself there, and I'm sure she'll figure it out. Shelley Ward on the attack. Ooh, tough finish. Scoop shot by Shelley Ward. Maya Entrop straight back at ya. We got away with a little push off there, Maya Entrop. Good. Townsville will look to get some offense here.
Just interesting to see. Obviously, we touched on the big 4 for Townsville before the game. So far, they've pretty much been it as well. They've certainly the three of them put the numbers up. Bree Stevens not scoring as many with 2 points, but 7 rebounds. She's certainly contributing to this game as well. And you touched on that already, Luke, but that's her bread and butter.
Oh, Shaylee Ward
Not able to make a play.
drops Tyra Lovelock. Shades
nice
of AAU
highlight.
basketball there.
Would have been a
little
nice
bit of
highlight. That one.
herky-jerky.
She
Tyra
could
Lovelock
finish.
not backing down, straight on her feet to hit the three. Misses it.
This has certainly worked itself into quite a little game. 2 points. Both teams have sort of steadied, had their little runs, and now, you know, the nerves might start to set in. It's a little bit scrappy, but this is going to be a great contest for the rest of this one, no doubt.
You're quite physical out there by Mary Barnett-Kurasoma and Lauren Andrews.
Good to see. I think,
Ref.
you know, that's where they...
Bree Stevens for 3.
Right on cue, just after I talk about her only having 2 points to her name, she goes and lights one up from outside. So, no, but again, I'd like to see more of that from Logan. You know, within the rules, you got to, whatever the refs can let you get away with, but establish that physical presence and not let these Townsville girls get what they
Danny
want.
Bass, stop and pop, gets it to go, long 2. That's that little stagger action, and she flips it to come back. They seem to have found a good little offense to get Danny Bass some space. Ainsley Minogue, great take there on
Very
Maya
nice job.
Entrop.
Got that shoulder past Maya, didn't back down, went up strong and rewards herself with a trip to the line.
Drive there to the bucket. Number 15, Ainsley Minogue. Fouls on number 5, Maya Entrop. That's her first. Substitution for Townsville. Jane Lee Cleveland comes in replacing Lauren Andrews.
Ainsley Minogue, she's been a little bit of an X factor early. She started the game on fire, and now she's trying to reassert herself in this second half. She goes early on the attack, and it's really good to see. I think Townsville will only be as good as those role players. If those role players can stand up, like Ainsley, Maddie Hill had a few minutes there, Remy Arnold, if they could come on and give them a bit of punch, then I think they'll be in good hands. Townsville against the pressure in the backcourt. Danny Bays with the early 3. This is it. Jamili Cleland with the rebound, and they'll push back to Townsville. Up 5 here, 42-37 from Gold Coast Leisure Centre. Just a special shout out to all those people watching in Townsville, supporters. You must get sick of your teams being in the finals, and also those Logan supporters, those loyal Logan supporters who have waited a long time for another championship. So both teams are eagerly waiting. Shaylee Ward for 3. She'll miss that, but they will get the ball. No, they won't. They'll give it to Logan.
I think all the Logan supporters are here. They've been a little quieter than I might have expected, but no doubt they'll fire up as this game gets tight and goes down to the wire. But yeah, shout out to everyone from up north. Like you said, Townsville have certainly enjoyed some success in recent years, so nothing new for them, but they're in for a fight here, absolutely.
Maya Entrop on the attack, and one.
Very nice by Maya. That's probably better to see her a little bit more composed. Jab, step, got the defender in the air. Yeah, through a bit more aggressive on the rim. But
I think to me, that might be alarm bells for Townsville there. Maya is almost been exclusively right-hand attack. Ward shading her to her right, and we had no one in the help position. So a bit of a worry for Townsville in terms of defensive structure. Coach Claudia Broussard known for her defense. So again, probably not happy with that, but I mean, they'll hopefully learn from it, as you see a foul there from Lila Spring on the lazy hands-in foul on the Bree Stevens attack.
Yeah, correct again. Bree going to her left. Lila just a little bit slow moving those feet, brings the hand in, and again, Bree Stevens off the line for 2 more. So this could be her 4th and 5th points of the quarter. She makes the first, so she's certainly having an impact early in this second half.
Special shout out to whoever did her hair. That must have taken a while. She got her hair did.
Definitely,
it's helped.
Can definitely tell who's a father of 2 girls now, noticing things like that. Completely oblivious, I must admit. But
attention to detail, love it, love it.
Congratulations to Luke and Mick on the recent arrival.
You,
a little Harlow.
Yeah. Breeze, we call Bree's haircut the Elsa haircut. That's what that's known as now. It's good to see Bree Stevens is obviously a fan of Frozen.
Ainsley Minogue working inside. And Shaylee Ward
Shaylee
outside.
Ward off the side of the backboard.
Probably like that one
Shaylee.
again. Wasn't as set on that three as she'd like to be.
There are big fans in here. I would like to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe one of those fans pushed that off, because I don't see Shaylee Ward hit the side of the backboard very often. And she is not shy to come straight back into it. And she misses that one there. That's the confidence that girl has, and that's why she does what she does.
Spot on, and I think at both ends, we saw Jenny Bays get up a quick early shot as well on the offense, and yeah, these girls aren't afraid to get it up early. They're obviously feeling good about life, and so far both coaches seem happy to accept that. So we'll see how long that plays out, but you know, at least it's the right people having the ball in their hands and trying to make plays, as we see.
Ooh,
Danny
under
again.
another Danny Bay screen is dangerous,
Not
but
able
she
to get
doesn't
the
get it
roll.
to go. And a foul there, nothing foul by Maya Entrop. She pleads her case with the referee. The referee doesn't want any part of it. She tail between her leg and walks off.
You're never going to win those arguments.
Townsville looking at their 40 series. Look a bit fatigued at the moment, Townsville. Shaylee Ward with the left-hand scoop shot, doesn't get it to go. Rebound there by
Yeah, not
Mary.
a lot of movement off the ball in that possession. Two-man game. Shaylee Ward and Bree Stevens, and the others just standing around watching. So I think you might be right. Fatigue starting to set in. As I said, they haven't gone as deep in their bench as Logan have in this game
Good
for
take
mine.
there by Lila Spring, and Lauren Andrews says, "Do not come in my house."
And Lila in turn kicks a chair away on the baseline. Accidentally, I
Yeah.
think. We'll give her the benefit of the doubt on that one. But
Lauren and Lila are obviously state players for many years and have battled each other for a few years now, so they would know each other's games. Lauren gets another block on Lila. Don't you love seeing matchups like that, going mono-e-mono?
absolutely. And 2 ticks to Lauren on that occasion. She really worried Lila with the length on that one. So interesting to see if they go back into Lila and give another crack at Lauren on the next possession.
Townsville through Minogue here. Ball reversal. 2-man game. Bree Stevens. Dribble drive. Townsville again lacking that movement. A lot of standing around. And that will be a foul on Mary Barnett-Kurasoma.
Yeah, you're right. Stagnant again from Townsville, although to her credit, Shaylee Ward was able to just duck into that key. Almost lulled Logan into a bit of a sleep defensively, and there was a big gap there for her to find the key. Found inside. Not able to finish through the traffic, but goes to the line.
Shelley Ward shooting 2 here. As we just pan through the crowd, I'm sure people at home are looking to see their friends and family. Obviously, a lot of shy people down there. I'd like to see some bongo drums or some kiss cam or something like that going on. We'll get a bit of atmosphere in here, but at the moment they're all a bit shy down there. So if anyone's got friends down there, next time the camera pans on them, make sure you get them to give them a sign.
The call's been made. The good people of Queensland and anyone around Gold Coast, bring your bongos down. Gold Coast Sport and Leisure Centre. Still plenty to go in this game, and then of course the boys final to come. So Luke's put the call out.
Bring your partners. Get your kiss cam on. Let's get a. Someone propose. Let's go all in.
Oh, you've gone big on that one.
Oh, and there's a foul there. Jamelia Cleland with the Mary Barnett attack. Here we go. There's the crowd pan. Oh.
I think every boyfriend in the crowd has just got nervous after Luke's call for a proposal. Yeah. So you're on your own with that one, Lukey. But see a little baseline action here from Logan.
Ooh, little rip screen there.
Tyra Lovelock calling for the on-ball 2-man game.
Logan probably spacing a little bit better for this dribble drive kick. So that's not a bad shot. 2 feet in the paint kick. But
no, that's right. I think you accept that one if you're Caddy Jeffries. And again, pretty deliberate to see what Logan will out of that. Got the ball to Danny Bays. Reversal, went the 2-man game. Spaced the ball well. Obviously, ball didn't go down.
Ainsley Minogue on the pop. She's feeling it. Doesn't get it to go.
No, and Danny Bays missed a box out there. Bree Stevens on the glass.
Bree Stevens is not allergic to rebounds at all.
It'd be nice if a few more.
There's something in her hands.
Fit into that category, but yeah, awesome to see. She's been all over it. And like I said, I think she had 7 at half time. So just check the live stats and see how many she's got for the game.
Yeah, so Townsville lead here. It's a timeout. 45-40 to Townsville. This quarter has been a bit slow going. She's still on 7 there.
Yeah, I think that'll be one that they'll add to that tally, I'd say. But been very active.
So, Michael, this quarter's been a little bit slow going. There's been no real team assert their dominance. What will you be looking at? 3 minutes to go. It's a pretty critical little time out here. I mean, for Logan, it could blow out. It could go negative, or they could go positive with it. Would you be looking to perhaps throw something different? Would you go back to the zone? What are you thinking, Coach?
Yeah, look, I think, again, junking up that defense really worked in the second half. So, spot on, I'd probably go back to the zone, maybe a 2-3, maybe even a little bit of extended sort of pressure, just something different again that Townsville haven't seen. But I'd like to see them go back to that post presence inside. I think, obviously, they've identified Denny Bays, which is great, but maybe a little bit too much of that in this quarter so far, and they need to find a balance. Townsville, on the other hand, again, they're pretty short in their rotations so far, so looking a little bit tired. I wouldn't mind them seeing a bit of a break for some of their keys. And, as we say that, Ainsley Minogue goes to the bench. We've got a sub in. Jamili Cleland may be coming into the game there for Townsville.
They brought Shaylee Browning back there, mate. But thank you for your expert commentary.
No problem. I'm here all
I
week.
might just clear that up, that we are not experts. We are just commentary.
If you had a guess.
We're giving our opinion, and there's a total of no state championships between us. No, just kidding. There's 3. All 3 are mine.
Yeah, look, no comment. No comment on that one. Thrown straight under the bus.
No, just having a bit of fun here. Lazy Sunday afternoon on the Gold Coast. Ward uses the pick and roll. Stevens on the dive there.
Nice and active.
Logan's defense
like
again
that.
strangling Townsville. Shaylee Ward gets it up. Doesn't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Tip out by Cleland. Shaylee Browning long on the shot.
Again, another quick possession there by Logan. So again, I'd like to see a little bit more composure. Again, they do like to play quick. They do have that talent. They do have those scorers in transition, but probably a little bit more composure. Maybe get through some sets just to slow things down.
I'd say that might be the key here, to be honest with you, Michael. Logan, obviously, were here last year. That was their first time in the final. Lost the game convincingly to Paul Foster-led Townsville Flames by 20. So in terms of experience, you give it to Townsville. So it will be interesting. I think the more the time goes on, if Logan don't get the edge or don't find something that gives them an edge, I would back Townsville in. So at the moment, I would say Townsville is still heavily in control here as Bree Stevens makes sure we don't get Hungry Jacks.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. Like you said, that psychological edge of having been here and done it before can no doubt come into play. Foss, I believe, will be listening, so he'll be loving this. Plenty of shout-outs to him, and his ego will be nice and healthy. But, he did a really good job with these girls.
Tony Bays with the attack there, just to try to reassert herself. It's not a bad decision there, so she gets to the line. Again, like Michael alluded to earlier, as a scorer, you want to get to the foul line when things aren't going, and Danny's done that. So that's a good heady play by Danielle Bays there.
Yeah, up to 16, 17, that'll be for Danny Bays. So she's starting to tick closer. Probably not quite on track for that 30 she's been averaging, so credit to Townsville. But again, a few more points out of her won't hurt for Logan, that's for sure.
Townsville through Stevens, dribble drive attack. Lauren Andrews. Shaylee Ward, nice feed there to Bree Stevens. Kick out to Lauren Andrews. Big 3-pointer, and it rims out. Rebound by Lisa Barnett-Karasoma there. I'm really struggling with the twins. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I thought I wouldn't correct you, but that one was Mary on that occasion, I believe. So I was going to let that one slide.
That was Mary. Yeah. What did I say? Oh. Apologies to Lisa and Mary. I've known them since they were 10, and I still can't get their names right. 1 minute to play. Townsville through Ward again. Lovelock has played the whole third quarter here and had the job on Ward.
Yeah, and credit to her. She's done a really good job. Been active, really worried Shaylee Ward, I think. So I dare say we'll see that matchup continue for the rest of this one.
Nice feed there by Stevens down to Los Andrews.
Good roll there.
Jamili can't get it to go. She'll be kicking herself on that one.
Good defense by Mary Barnett-Karasoma on that occasion. took the roller out of that pick and roll action by Townsville.
A little loop action there. Maya Entrop with a little bit out of control, but draws the foul, and the outcome is still the same. Gets 2 shots at the foul line.
I think she's starting to feel a bit more comfortable in this one, Maya. She's worked her way into the game slowly, but you know, in the half-court set, she's starting to find her own, starting to find gaps to attack. And,
Her aggression has probably arguably kept Logan ticking today in key moments, and she's the one that's kind of kept that the foot on the pedal, so to speak. So as she makes the first there and makes the second, makes them pay. We're back to 3, 46-43, 45 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Shaylee Ward with the ball for Townsville. Little handoff action there to Lauren Andrews. Townsville happy just to pass around the outside, but Shaylee Browning goes inside, and great defense by Logan. Although ultimately out off Logan, they don't seem to agree with the call.
We don't know what's going on here. There's a lot of confusion. Mark Roble over in the corner, palming the ball with his huge mitts. Shout out to Robes, the new GM at Townsville Basketball, looking to get his first gold medal as the GM. Browning on the attack. Browning known for her dribble drive game and relentless attack. So probably going to have to be careful here. Whilst they've been good defensively, they want to maintain discipline, not bail out these girls, because that's the last thing you want these the big four to be able to get going through the foul line, because the more confidence they get, the more they'll get going. Browning makes the first.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, both teams have done a good job actually this quarter of maintaining pressure from the foul line and keep that scoreboard ticking over. Townsville a little bit of
press here, trapping the inbounder. Bree Stevens using her length.
It's interesting, Logan haven't really shown a structured press break. They're happy just to throw it in.
Spin cycle. Danny Bays. As you see, Queensland State Championships are proudly supported by Moulton. Danny Bays spin cycle, supported by Moulton. Turnover here, clock running down. Alexis Pepe doesn't identify it.
Woo! 3 quarters in the books, 3 points game to Townsville. No team really.
Kiss cam, bongos. Anybody, bongos, give me the bongos.
There's a little bit of dancing happening. But,
somebody give me a bongo.
I think you'll be
Mrs.
holding
Browning, give me a bongo.
Not much happening there in the crowd.
Oi.
Whoa.
Hey.
Little
free Moulton balls everywhere.
See if we can get
I'll
one
have
up
my hand up, boys and girls.
I've dropped it.
Moulton balls getting thrown everywhere. The mayhem has ensued. Graham Burns even getting the action. He may have just pulled a muscle.
See if we can get our hands on one here.
I'm trying to get it up here. Graham Burns has got the custard arm. That's all right.
And how good is this? Shout out to Moulton.
Bit of fun.
Absolutely.
Hey! The commentator giving a special
Passes
shout out to Graham Burns and his custard arm. Don't tell him I said that.
Moulton basketball. Well done. If you put a big hand for Moulton, please put your hands together for the people of Basketball Queensland.
Great to see. Get the crowd involved.
Oh, that's a sight to see.
Yeah, it's certainly got a little bit happening in the stands, which is nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's been dead quiet in here, but I would have expected maybe a little bit more action from the Logan crowd. So see if they get their voice in this final quarter. 3 points, no team able to really establish dominance in that one, but you know, again, these big games, that tends to be the case. The nerves start to sink in. And
just a quick check of the stats here. Leading scorers for Logan. We have Maya Entrop with 11. Danny Bays leads the pace on 19. And for Townsville, Shaylee Ward leads for 13. Shaylee Browning, 10. Bree Stevens, Lauren Andrews with 8 apiece. And Ainsley Minogue with a little cameo of 7. As we get started, fourth quarter, money ball.
Interesting too, we spoke about Logan have probably been deeper in their bench, but all 5 of Townsville starters have played 25 minutes plus already. But in saying that, Danny Bays and Maya Entrop haven't been off the court yet. Both played 30 minutes. So it'd be interesting to see how those two little storylines play out at the back end of this one.
Yeah, Coach Broussard obviously being able to get a few minutes here and there for the big four, and that might end up being the difference. So as you're alluding to, Michael, is that going to be the difference when they've still got a little gas in the tank? So we'll see. January is always an interesting time for under 18s, as they've all been having a good time over Christmas, and how they bounce back and last over a week is always a good thing to see. But
players and commentators alike.
It's a 1-point game, ladies and gentlemen. 47 plays 48.
Townsville executing a little initial action to try and get in that pick and roll between Stevens and Ward, but don't get anything out of it. Logan's defense is really, really strangled. Oh, corner three. Wow.
Big shot there.
Great
big
play.
Shot.
Late clock, shot clock dying. Lauren Andrews spotting up in the corner. Like we said, the difference with this Townsville team is they can shoot the three at a high clip, and it will be the difference of the game.
And definitely helps when you have your bigs who can stretch the floor like that. That can be a really tough cover, and it's proven so far in this one to be the case. What's been really interesting, though, I know we've touched on it, but again, can't say enough how impressed I've been with Tyra Lovelock and her defense and Shaylee Ward in the second half. So we see them match up again here. Yeah,
she hasn't arrested Lovelock in the second half. She's gone over all screens. Oh, might have seen it. Got away a little bit of a hook there, Shaylee Ward. As good players do, they make them pay. And Ward gets it to go and gives them a little bit of a buffer. Up 6 now, Townsville. Logan come down trying to execute out of that 1-4 high. They'll go into that double stagger screen.
Double away from Meyer, but instead they go to the single side.
Bay, she's due. She misses. She's short on that. Just a sense of fatigue possibly setting in.
Yeah, look, I know Danny Bates can make that shot, but I'd like to see her go back to being a little bit more aggressive, trying to work her way inside again, either get to that foul line or try and get some buckets inside, just to see that ball go through the hoop. Because she's missed
Meyer
a few of those
Entrop now on Ward goes under the screen. Wardy does not make her pay. Shows her class, dropping dimes to Minogue. Minogue getting to the line again. As she does, she's just chipped away, played a great role all game.
That's spot on. The fifth piece in that starting lineup for Townsville, and she's really played her role well. She hasn't tried to do too much, taken the open shots and they've come her way. Set screen, rolled.
Hasn't shot well. 2 for 10 with the field, but 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals for Ainsley. So
8 points now. She makes everywhere. The first of 2
on the court. Exactly what Townsville needed for them to get this win. So all signs pointing to a good finish for Townsville here.
Again, you see that full court extended pressure from Townsville. Logan able to break the line, but
long 2.
Yeah, probably not the shot you want as a coach to settle for. They had a 2-on-1 advantage there after they broke that press. So really playing into Townsville's hands by settling for that one.
Game could get out of hand here. Critical possession for Townsville. Cannot have a short hand on Shaylee Ward.
Big 3 for Shaylee Ward.
Is exactly what I was trying to say, but before I could say it, Shaylee Ward beat me to it. It's a big play and a big possession in the game. Could potentially put enough space in this to, like a 9-point lead is pretty huge.
11 points, even bigger.
Is that 11?
But yeah, obvious time out there for Caddy Jeffries. Really need to stem the bleeding on that one, and interesting to see what adjustments she makes. You know, Townsville have hit 2 threes already this quarter, so they've got to start to guard that 3-point line a little more. Obviously, they've got the talent low that if you stretch the floor too much, they can also hurt you inside. So tough for her to figure out what adjustments to make. See how she goes.
How's that for being a big game player? You've been shut down for probably the whole third. You've been worn down. They've gone over your screens. And you've just gone wham, 2 plays in a row and given your team an 11-point lead with 8 to go in a state championship final.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see she's been here and done it before.
Reminiscent of a young game. Michael Lakey. Division 3 Southwest
Not quite. Wasn't much of me outside that 3-point line, but when you play alongside Zach Carter, you don't get a lot of shots from outside that 3-point line. Shout out to Zach. He's about the only one in our growing up that could put the ball in the hole. So I was happy for him to be taking more shots than me. That was certainly better for the team. But yeah, no, you're spot on. You can see a big game experience coming out in Shaylee Ward, and we've touched on it a few times. But that psychological edge of last year's game and that sort of starts to creep into the minds of players of both teams now.
A big few possessions here for Logan. They need to string together a couple scores as they do. They had Alexis Pepe. That was their bread and butter in the semi-final. Yesterday got her in the post, and she used her footwork and smarts to get it off. But
great execution out of the timeout there.
Here.
So, very interesting. And a little bit scrappy, but it looked like Logan were going into a bit of a 1-2-2 half-court trap there. So we'll see if that one continues.
We're running Lila Spring getting benched here in favour of the twin factor.
Yeah, and they find each other there. Lisa to Mary under the basket, but Mary not able to make it.
Mary to Lisa?
No, I had to double check the team list, but Lisa to Mary. Yeah,
Townsville 9-point lead here. Shaylee Browning open 3-point attempt.
Can't make it pay. Interesting though. Logan have gone back to the 3-2. They did have some success with it, but obviously after a couple of made threes.
Lauren Andrews, how many blocks is that for Lauren?
Lauren Andrews.
Lauren with her third block of the night. And the three, just to put a little dagger into it. Doesn't get it to go.
Couldn't quite make it happen at both ends. But
these threes are very long that these kids are shooting. Like they're not feet on the 3-point line. They're about 2 meters out, 1 meter out. So again,
not
great
lacking confidence. Absolutely. Out of bounds on that one, but Logan get it back. So see what they come up with out of this baseline possession.
Crowd's starting to build towards the end of this game. Obviously, a few of the other games starting to finish, and players and families starting to get in. So a bit more of a vibe here, a bit of tension in the fourth quarter. Alexis Pepe with the scoop shot doesn't get it to go.
No, not able to make that one happen, but you can see they've gone to that, really try to establish and be deliberate about that inside presence after that timeout from Caddy. So I like that. Good to see.
Logan now looking a bit fatigued as Mary Barnett-Karasoma with the
slight pause there.
Two-man game, and she's made it.
You'd love to see that.
Timeout.
Your bigs, really active on the defensive end, got into the passing lanes, came up to steal, and then sprints their length to the floor to reward herself with an easy two. So great play from Mary Barnett-Karasoma, and a couple of steadying baskets for Logan, which was definitely what they needed. They've got it back to 7.
Yeah, I mean, back to 7, but Logan probably need to identify who's going to be their go-to player in this last kind of couple minutes. Danny Bays hasn't been able to get going in the second half. Antrop has kept them guessing, but hasn't been able to make them pay. And they've really lacked that third option, haven't they? So someone may need to come to the party, or you would have to think that an explosion from one of those two players is going to go a long way into making it, whereas Townsville, great spread, almost got 5 players in double figures, so you don't know where their points are going to come from, but you're almost guaranteed they're going to come from somewhere. So, again, Logan, a couple question marks here, but still plenty of time for them to see if they can get something going.
Yeah, you're spot on. Just looking at the stats there, I mean, Danny Bay's on 19, Meyer on 11, and outside of that for Logan, the next highest scorer is 5 in Lisa Barnett-Karasoma. So it would be nice to see a little bit more support, not only with the scoring variance, but even the amount of shots they're taking. So again, they've certainly taken the bulk of shots and possessions for Logan, which you would expect and obviously you would want, but it does make it a little bit easier for Townsville to guard and know what's coming at them each time. So
yeah, there's diamond trap here for Logan, trying to get a bit of a delay, see if they can get some length and deflections into a running game here. So they've shown their hand early. Whoop. Ball not getting picked up.
Yeah, interesting with that though. I mean, it's obviously what they need to do and really extend that defensive pressure. But when you've had 2 of your players not take a seat yet, it's hard to ask them to really ramp that intensity up to the next level, and they haven't had a break. So hopefully Meyer and Denny can do that.
Force a missed shot there, Logan. So one for one on the change up on the little delay trap. We've got a little bit of an action here, and to get anything out of it, Danny Bays on the one-on-one dribble drive, scoop shot, miss, no good, and it's Logan Ball out by Lauren Andrews, who gets a hand on that.
Not able to finish there, Danny going at Ainsley, but I like that. I like that, being a bit more aggressive, trying to get inside, trying to establish that inside presence. Logan mixing up their baseline set. Oh, maybe not. They were in a box last time.
Oh, we've got it inside. Big, strong move. Doesn't get it
Absolutely.
to go.
Yeah, unfortunately couldn't finish, but I like that look for Logan. Again, it was pretty obvious, deliberate what they were trying to get out of that one. They identified that matchup. Just not able to make it drop there for Mary.
Ainsley Minogue splits the defense, doesn't get it to go, gets her own rebound just to add to her crazy stats tonight. Filling it out. She wants it. Looks right to me. Another offensive rebound. There's the human magnet, Bree Stevens.
Bree Elsa Stevens.
Ainsley Minogue. Ainsley Minogue has some of that magic spray that Stevens uses to get those rebounds. Well done there.
Don't mind us.
Two extra possessions there from Townsville. Just unacceptable by Logan, really. Like, you can't allow that. 4 minutes to go in the game. You've got to, you really got to knuckle down and limit those extra possessions, because that's what will kill you.
That's right. Particularly with coming into this game, I would have given Logan the advantage in terms of the size. So for Townsville to have, been able to establish that offensive rebounding presence, probably a little bit disappointing for Logan and for Caddy, no doubt. But still plenty of time left in this one.
Minogue goes 1 for 2 there. Ainsley Minogue has drawn 7 fouls tonight, so her attack, her relentless attack, has really given him a lot of breathing space. I'm a big fan.
Absolutely, like you touched on it earlier, you definitely need role players around your key components, and she's played that perfectly tonight. And obviously played with these girls for a number of years. I believe it's her final state championship, so she would have obviously been keen to have a good one and have a big game today, and she's done exactly that. So full credit to her. A turnover, or possibly a jump ball, my apologies. So Townsville possession.
Another big possession here for Townsville. Logan need a stop.
Well, they are in that 1-2-2 trap again.
Oh. Could have got away with a little bit of a foul there, Danny Bays.
1-2-2, back to a 3-2 by the looks of it.
Spin move, Minogue, good kick. That's an assist. Lauren Andrews, no good from the corner. Rebound, Barnett, Kerasoma, Meyer, and chop on the push. Kick ahead to Tyra Lovelock. Doesn't want it.
Back out to Meyer, just moving around the outside. Denny Bays going to
Spin
work.
cycle, doesn't get it to go.
No, unfortunately.
Probably got to look to see if they can get a better look than that. Looking for a little bit patience, execute their offense.
Ainsley Minogue passing around the outside. Shaylee Brownie's got the ball. Townsville happy just to move it around the perimeter, bide their time. Shaylee Ward from downtown. Not successful. Myron Trop comes up with the rebound and starts to bring it back down for Logan. So Denny Bays ahead of her, but just opts to just slow it down. Lisa Barnett
Early shot. Oh,
yeah.
Lila Spring.
Over the back. Unfortunate. But yeah, again, probably not the ideal possession for Logan. Early shot, early mid-range shot from one of your bigs. 8 points in the game. Still plenty of time. They don't need to go out and win it. Look for that knockout punch straight away. They can work their way back into this one. Some really good pressure. Not able to force the turnover.
Townsville looking to execute here. Just looking at its field goal percentages. Townsville at 28%. Logan at 31%. Not great shooting for the neutral fan, Michael.
No, yeah, interesting stat line actually to bring that up. A little bit scrappy, no doubt, but we'll have a look at the three-point percentage. It was definitely favoured towards Townsville at half time, and I dare say it'll be a similar story. 2 of 16, for Logan. So they haven't actually had a three-pointer in this second half. Being 2 of 12. And
9 of 33 for Townsville.
Yeah, so they're certainly getting them up, aren't they? But again, they've made
good
a few
mixture
more.
between that and getting to the foul line has really let them, whilst not shooting well from the two, they've allowed themselves the breathing space through drawing those fouls, their attack game, and their kick out for threes. So good balance, not a high percentage, but a great balance from Townsville.
Denny Bays bringing the ball up, trying to establish a presence. Middle pick and roll for Meyer, steps back.
Oh.
Off the glass, but Alexis Pepe able to clean it up. And 2 very important points just to keep Logan in the contest.
She's got 6 points. Brings the margin back to 7.
trapping every possession they possibly can. Myron Trapp with the
50-50 call there, but it goes Townsville way.
A forced turnover, but no, they're not. Townsville will keep the ball with 14 on the shot clock. As the defense chant goes up from Big Benjamin Leolofu.
You can hear that clap from a mile away.
Big offensive rebound from Townsville.
Yeah, Lauren Andrews just able to get a fingertip on
Oh,
it.
Danny Bays won't catch her downhill. That's 2 points. Back to 5, 60-55, 2 to go.
Things get interesting from here.
Tyra Lovelock putting relentless pressure on that. Angie Minogue getting doubled. Oi, and that's a foul. We'll see if that's on Lovelock there. Yes, it will be on Lovelock. Just a little bit handsy. A little bit handsy. It's all right, and it's 2 shots for Townsville.
Be interesting to see if Logan make an adjustment with that little trap they've got going. It's been effective for them, but every time Townsville seem to dribble up over the halfway and get that reversal to the middle of the floor. So wouldn't mind seeing them come across, take that middle away and see if they can pinch one and go the other way.
Minogue gets the first to go. Two for two for Minogue.
2 for 2 for Minogue.
You've got an echo, mate.
2 minutes to go.
Court side announcer.
Turnover there. Shaylee Browning picks off the pass. Brassard calling for her troops just to calm down. Gets the ball to Minogue. Minogue's really taken over here.
Shaylee Browning,
The fumbles
Andrews,
there,
Shaylee
Browning.
Ward. It's not a bad list of names to call out as Townsville move the balls through their
Wardy to an
key
open
players.
Shaylee Browning.
Oh, makes him pay. Big
Big
shot.
three-pointer.
From the corner.
Yeah, that dribble drive game, suck it in that back line and just find it. Corner threes. If you like corner threes, go play in Townsville.
And interesting because Shaylee Browning has certainly got a few up from that spot throughout today and hasn't had a whole lot of success, it must be said. But again, big game player, not afraid to shoot it when her number's called. And on that occasion, she's able to find the bottom of the net, and that just forces it out to 10 points now to Townsville. So going to be tough here from Logan. 1:30 to go, down 10. Certainly not impossible, but they're going to really have to get after it. Like I said, no subs from Maya Entrop and Denny Bays as of yet, so they're no doubt tired, heavy legs. Yeah, it's going to take a big effort.
I think they lead out to 10 here, Townsville. I think they've just shown their experience, really big moments, come up with the big plays. They've stuck to what they do well. They haven't got flustered. They haven't got overawed. Coach Caddy Jeffries has had a hell of a game. She's changed it up. She's mixed it up. She's tried a few different things, and I think that maybe the legs are starting to go for Logan, but I think overall they've done a good job to stay in this game, and I think Townsville's experience and class has probably shone through here at the end, at the death. Absolutely
agree with that. I think Caddy has done a really good job. And also, obviously, Claudia, there's no doubt in her resume and her experience, but I think she hasn't panicked. Logan went on some runs. She didn't over-adjust or try and sort of overcoach. She just had faith in the girls to sort of figure it out and stick to what they're good at, and they come up with some big plays. So, yeah, really well coached game on both accounts.
Minogue breaks the pressure, gets it up to Browning. Brownie to Ward, back to Minogue again. Minogue playing Minogue as a point. Wardy off the ball. Not a bad ploy, obviously. Minogue's kind of controlled the tempo well, and great skip pass. Shaylee Ward, that's a layup. Hey, what can you say? What can you say?
Yeah,
we've seen it. I've seen it too many times to doubt it. It's an amazing thing to see.
Probably shoots that better than my layups, actually, if I'm being honest. But
it was definitely a layup percentage there from Wardy.
Yeah, look,
Wardy's at 21 now, so quietly made her way up to a sneaky 21 points.
and interesting to see. As we sort of touched on before the game, a good point scoring spread here from Townsville. They haven't relied on any one player. Luke touched on there that Shaylee sort of kicked out to 21, but 14 from Shaylee Browning, and 11 from Lauren Andrews, 12 from Ainsley Minogue. So big contributions. Only 2 points off the bench, Jamaica Cleland. So, you know, really reliant upon that starting lineup, but, you know, credit to them, they've got the job done.
Pepe makes both those foul shots, give Logan a little bit of an injection of some energy here as Townsville just break the pressure fairly easy. Again, through Minogue, control the tempo, draw the foul, fully by 9, and Minogue will get sent to the line again. I'd have to say for myself, Michael, if I was to give an MVP, whilst there's been some big performances from the big four, I don't want to sound like a fanboy, but Minogue with 12, 8 and 7 and 3 steals, it's triple-double watch, and playing the point guard for the majority of that second half and controlling the tempo was extremely impressive for mine. So if I was to hand out a golden bongo, shall we call it tonight, the golden bongo drum.
I don't know about that one, Luke.
No?
You can roll with the golden bongo if that's what you want to go with.
It's my new MVP,
we'll
it's the golden bongo.
The MVP award for mine. But yeah, look, can't argue with that. And, you know, coming into this game, maybe it shows our inexperience as commentators, but I wouldn't have picked it. I wouldn't have had her as favourite, but she's had a massive game, certainly for Townsville. Shaylee Ward, obviously, is an obvious one, leading the scoring. She's made some big shots at big times in this one, so she's certainly in that conversation as well, but can't argue with Ainsley Minogue.
Three, Danny Bays, loves some points. Loves some points, gets them up, and a steal. Danny Bays. Step through. Nice. Wait a minute. Hold up. Danny Bays got a little something to say about this. Back to 7, 20 seconds to go. I still think it probably might be a little bit too much here for them. But hey, never say never.
Yeah, that's right.
As Justin Bieber once put it.
No comment. I'm not sure. I know you've got him high on your playlist rotations, Luke, but
tell me you don't love the Beebs.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
How good's the Beebs?
Doesn't go astray. Not afraid.
Those people who say they don't like the Beebs, I call them liars.
It's I certainly have Beebs in the rotation higher than the Moana theme song, which was a staple of one of the Nationals tournaments in recent years. Give you the insight into Luke Cairns' playlist, everyone out there. But the message from here, Caddy, again, you're right. 7 points, 20 seconds to go. It's a big ask, but she'll no doubt be just trying to keep that dream alive, asking the girls to get after it. Any sort of doubt at all, it's not impossible. Good timeout by Claudia, though, just to release that full court pressure, I guess to advance the ball, take a little bit of that pressure out of that.
Logan in foul trouble here, so that's a positive for them. They can quickly call it. Let's hope that the game is not ruined or flatlined through the old USF. If the USF comes out, we're in trouble. Video Vaughan, we are in trouble here. Townsville looking to inbound. They'll look for foul here. They do make a play at the ball. That's no unsportsmanlike. Thank goodness.
Probably no one on that Townsville team that you really want to foul and send to the line, but I'd probably say Shaylee Ward, the least of that list that I'd want to send, but didn't have time to let the ball get through hands, so had to make a play, and she goes to the stripe for 2.
I've had a few people text through to me about my love for Justin Bieber, and I'm not agreeing with their hatred on my call on Justin Bieber.
The Biebs.
But
no, look, no hate.
Each to their own. Each to their own, Dwayne Vale. Each to their own. I'd like to see your playlist, champ.
Good to know we've got some listeners at least, actually. That's good to know.
2 points, Indy Thompson. Still at 7. They'll look to foul here. Ainsley Minogue. Another foul drawn by Ainsley Minogue. This may be a world record. The new James Harden is here.
Very different to how she draws those fouls with James Harden. Probably a few more legitimate calls as well, I dare say. But James isn't opposed to getting the old cheap one from the referees. But also, probably credit to Townsville. They've really been able to make their foul shots deep in this game. They've held the nerve of the line. As I say that, commentator's curse. Ainsley misses her first. Gets the back end though. So back out's an 8-point game. 10 seconds left. Marion Shot bringing the ball down. They've got to get it up early. Indy Thompson. Foot inside the line. Long 2.
They don't die, Townsville. They haven't gone down wondering. Ainsley Minogue draws another foul.
And a quick foul at number 11, Alexis Pepe.
Yeah, it's definitely getting drawn out here. As commentators, we are definitely getting a bit delusional. I apologise for that. But Townsville,
Some might argue that was the
performance.
case before the game, mate.
Yeah,
But,
classy performance from Townsville. Really held strong. Obviously, Coach Claudia Brassard. It's good performance. Done a great job up there in Townsville to kind of bring this team through. And yet another win. I'd like to actually. I don't know how many they have. You must
lost count probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 in a row at least. So
yeah,
credit to them.
I think it's more than that, but someone might hit us up on the text and tell us how many it is. But congratulations, Townsville Flames under 18 State Championship winners.
Yeah, absolutely. Credit to Townsville. Had a great week. They lost that one game early in the tournament to Gold Coast, but able to turn it around and look at those girls celebrate. They're certainly happy with that. Commiserations to Logan. Second year in a row for some of these girls to come away with the silver medal. So that'll hurt, no doubt, but hopefully drive their hunger to keep getting after it and going to bigger and better things. And credit to both associations for the work they're putting in.
Finishing with 11.
Yeah, just running through some stats there for the teams. Obviously, as Townsville girls celebrate, and rightfully so, very excited as you see Maddie Hill and Camille Cleland jumping around like lunatics. 26 points, Danny Bays, 11 Maya Entrop. Supported from Alexis Pepe, a few points here and there. Lila Spring, Lisa Mary Karasoma. Townsville with the spread, 23 for Ward. 14 for Browning, 14 for MVP Ainsley Minogue, 11 for Lauren Andrews. But overall, the difference was the foul shooting, 23 for 33 for Townsville, 11 three-pointers. You would have to say that's the difference, just a little bit classier, a little bit more experienced and knowing a little bit more about themselves. But both teams put on a hell of a show, and both teams should be extremely proud, and families for that matter should be extremely proud of what their kids have been able to achieve, not only in season 2019-20, but through their whole junior careers for those ones that are finishing with us. Thank you for letting us be part of your journey. Thank you for your time, Michael Lakey. We'll be back on deck for the boys. Get excited.
That's right.
Everybody get excited.
Hopefully we haven't scared the listeners away.
Pamper myself. I'm going to get a drink and I'm going to get some rest, and we'll be back again, mate.
Put a little bit of Justin Bieber in the play this, get a bit of Biebs in, a few minutes between games. And
a few requests. All right, so we've got just over 20 minutes. Is it 20 minutes? What time's tip-off from the...
4 p.m, I believe. So
20 minutes. 5 minutes.
4 p.m, so we've only got about 3 minutes. So 10 minutes on the warm-up clock.
10 minutes on the warm-up clock, that's us. We'll leave it there for a few minutes. We'll pick up in with about 3 to go, and we'll see you all soon.
We'll be back with you.